Oh, this kid is easy. I'm about to GG10 this guy. Oh, what a noob using a sword. The sword spammer. Oh, wow, he's targeting. I'm targeting you. Bad kid. Easy target. Stop spawn killing all the time. Wow, target, you're easy. Even though I'm the one who died. L, take a set L. Everyone hates targeting. Most obviously because I personally haven't yet met anybody who really enjoys dying within the first 30 seconds of the game. But unfortunately, as much as of an annoyance it is to die and have to get back into another game and wait for it to start, you gotta accept that dying that early in the game is completely your fault. So now, shut up, Cameron. I'm going to be a preachy, monotonous bore and explain why you shouldn't complain about targeting and what you can do to avoid getting targeted. So why shouldn't you complain about targeting? First and foremost, complaining or whining about anything is less than excellent, especially if you do it in-game and you're getting all pissed and angry at other people. Complaining about your death and making excuses just shows that you are insecure about your skills and you require justification for your death. I said this before in previous videos, but I must restate it because it is important. So, do not complain in general. As for targeting specifically, well, it is a pretty poor excuse for dying so early in the game. Unless you're a famous YouTuber or a staff member or any well-known member of the community, you should not be getting focused straight out of spawn very often at all. If people do happen to target you, it's likely not because you're a really good player, it's probably going to be because either you have something they want, you're an easy kill, or the guy's just thirsty for kills. Sure, you'd like to think that people are after you because you're skilled, but you are wrong! Beyond that, targeting is very easily avoidable. Once the game starts, you can go for the cornucopia, or you may go straight out of spawn. And if you are aware enough of targeting to complain about it, you should know well enough to not go for the cornucopia because targeting bothers you. Even if you decide you still do want to go for the cornucopia because of the loot, do it quickly and do not fight there. As long as you do not hit anyone, you will be able to run away from any pursuers very easily. There is no real excuse for being targeted unless, of course, you're in that list of YouTubers or staff members, because it will never happen to you because you are you. It will only happen because of mistakes you make. Here are some of those mistakes. 1. Putting on your armor straight out of spawn, especially when you have no weapon. People will chase you for your armor and you will not be able to fight back. 2. Being slow as heck. If you take 15 years in the cornucopia and end up getting chased and killed, do not complain because that is your very own fault. 3. Fighting. My favorite thing to ridicule is when people try to fight others in spawn and they start to lose the fight and they run away. Then they just get chased and killed. And when the targeting complaints come through there, that is a true laugh. Because Mineplex has indeed provided everybody with the speed and health boost for the first 30 seconds of the game to counteract targeting, and if with these tools you cannot avoid being killed early, it is your own mistakes which have costed you your life. So if you are dawdling in the cornucopia and if you're trying to kill others, you have no excuse at all. You should never get killed if you utilize the speed to the fullest, because if people try to hit you with your speed on, they lose their speed. All you have to do is keep running and not hit them back. It is very simple to stay alive. It is in fact one of the easiest things. I have heard people ask and beg and complain and whine for a grace period at the start of the game, but that is why we have the speed and health boost. And might I mention, most kits are not allowed to use their abilities until later in the game, to even further prevent easy spawn killing. A grace period would be completely unnecessary when we already have all these resources at our disposal. Furthermore, people attempt to claim that targeting is cheap. It is a noob strategy. This is said about a lot of things, however, like bow spam and cleanup. But it must be remembered that this is a PvP game. It is a ruthless, dog versus dog kind of world, and any and all strategies apply. You do not have the right to complain about the cunning of those who are trying to win. You must especially not call them noobs or easy kids, because that's a very hypocritical statement. If you get targeted and you die, how can it be that they're the bad player if they killed you? It can only mean you are a worse player, and insulting yourself makes you look less intelligent than you already are. Besides, all these strategies are available to everyone. You are allowed to target too. You can target other people instead of being targeted. You might try that and find you enjoy it. One of the most valid excuses I will admit in targeting is that it's quite unfair when you get unlucky and your chasers have a stone sword and iron armor and you have 3 wheat and a stick. Luck does indeed apply in the cornucopia chest and every other chest. You can get very good gear or very poor gear. While this is the most valid excuse, it's still not a great one, because even if people try to target you with the super good gear they get from being lucky, it doesn't help them if they never catch you. And to focus more on the luck aspect, you do unfortunately have to deal with a bit of bad RNG every now and then. Just like most all games with random chest loot like Sky Wars, or like how you can get lucky with the ores you find underground in UHC. Almost every game has some luck aspect you have to deal with. But this isn't always a bad thing. There will be times when you get lucky to offset the times when you're unlucky. So, do not fear the RNG unless you play Hearthstone. Now, it is true that we do have the complainers who cry target when they were not even targeted. It could be the final 1v1 of the game. You kill them, and they say they got targeted. Most of the time, it isn't targeting. Most of the time, it's just the guy you're killing has gear you want. The complaint is stupid. It is very arrogant and presumptuous too, to assume that you're being killed because you're good. If you were good, you would not get killed in such a situation, and that is the truth of it. At the end of the day, targeting is just another excuse formulated by poor players to fit a new situation in which they die. Cleanup, bow spam, chest kill, site killing, rod spam, targeters, most of these excuses are null and void. It is only the bad players who must rely on excuses to feel good about their skill level. When they can't complain about cleanup, they whine about bow spam. When that excuse doesn't apply, they bring targeting to the table. When they weren't targeted, they pulled the rod spam card. It is truly an endless cycle. They will not admit their mistakes, so it is really all their loss to not look at their faults and attempt to fix them. So it is, yes, your choice whether you want to improve as a player. Good luck, my folks. Do not complain about targeting and enjoy your dinner.
You're not gonna do anything, wise guy.
Wise man!
More like dumb man.